There's been a super mule kit glitch found on Modern Warfare Zombies. This allows you to hold 8 weapons. It's super OP. And shout out to Serial Glitchers, they're the ones that figured this out. Right there, I was flipping through all the weapons that I'm holding. I'm holding 5, but yeah, you can go up to 8. And you can triple pap all of them. You can also use the crystals in your inventory if you have those to pap them. So yeah, it works both ways. And also, if you go to the ammo cache, it refills all the ammo of all the weapons that you're holding. There's also something special that this glitch does to wonder weapons. And shout out to BBK. Him and I went in and spent about 8 solid hours trying to work this out, and we finally got it figured out. But in addition to stacking weapons into your loadout, as you stack them, you can quad pap the wonder weapons and make them ultra powerful. Right here, I am going up against the Stormcaller with the quad papped Wonder Waff, and it absolutely melts. In this game, I am holding 5 weapons, and 2 of them are wonder weapons, the Wonder Waff and the Scorcher, and both of them are quad pack-a-punched. The Wonder Waff quad papped, in my opinion, is one of the best weapons in the game. There's a specific trick you have to do to quad pap the wonder weapons when you're stacking weapons like this, and I'll show you all of that and how to do it. First thing you want to do is have 2 weapons in your inventory. That's pretty basic. And then go find one of the USB stations for the Red Worm boss fight. Make sure you have Molotovs on. That's really important. That's really the only way to do this and time this. So throw down a Molotov, go up to the console, and interact with the console when you have about 30% health left. You should be like interacting with it and getting downed at the same time. The timing is pretty easy and you'll get the hang of it. After you're downed, you can revive yourself with a self-revive, you can have a player revive you, or even your dog can revive you. All of it will work. But if you get the timing right, you will revive, and you'll notice that you now have a 3rd slot that has no weapon. You don't even see your hands. It's just blank. At this point, you could go buy any weapon, pick up any weapon, and you would have 3, and then you would just continue this process. But if you want to quad pap wonder weapons, you need to open a wonder weapon case or pick one up at this point. When you're stacking weapons and having multiple wonder weapons, you're only able to quad pap 2 of them, and they will be held in your 1st and 2nd slot. You can hold all 4 wonder weapons, but only 2 of them will have that extra quad pap power. I'm setting up to have the Scorcher and Wonder Waff quad pap. So right now I'm going to do the process again. I'm going to get downed, and this time I'm going to be opening up the Wonder Waff case. So make sure the console is available. It takes about a minute for it to cool down once you do it. So just throw down the Molotov, make sure you're close enough to interact with it. And then when you have about 30% left of the white bar of your health, interact with that console, and you should be getting downed at the same time, and then just revive in whatever way you want. Now you want to switch your weapons until you see that blank slot where you have nothing in your hands, and that's when you want to equip another wonder weapon if you want, or just go get a regular gun. So right now I've got 2 weapons in my 1st and 2nd slot that are not wonder weapons, and then I've got the Scorcher and the Wonder Waff in my 3rd and 4th. So I need to move those weapons down. So you need to drop your 1st and 2nd weapon to move those wonder weapons up. This is the only way you can quad pap them. Now you could leave the Scorcher and Wonder Waff in the 3rd and 4th slot and they'll work like they normally do, but yeah, this is how you super power them. You'll notice that these weapons have been stripped of their rarity. If you see on the bottom right there, the Wonder Waff, Scorcher, they are at a base rarity right now, which allows us to now add legendary tools, and that doubles the damage of these weapons. But you cannot add that legendary tool to these wonder weapons yet. There's something important you have to do. If you try to do it right now, the tool will sound like it's being added to the weapon, but it's actually not, and it's not doing any extra damage. The tool will be wasted, so don't do it. What you have to do is make sure you've got whatever wonder weapons in your 1st and 2nd slot, and then you have to take a teleporter. I don't know why this works, but we were messing around for hours, and finally I got the tool to go onto the weapon and turn it to legendary, and I watched my playback and was like, wow, we teleported right before that, and we tried it again, and it does work. So right here, I'm putting the legendary tool on the Scorcher and Wonder Waff, and you can tell that the legendary color turns to that orange, and that means this thing is quad papped and fully ready to go. Again, you can throw these in the machines to triple pap them, or use crystals, doesn't matter, and you can use crystals at any point. You don't have to teleport before you do that. Once you get this process over with and you've got both wonder weapons in the 1st and 2nd slot, you can go back to the the USB machines and start adding more weapons to your loadout and stack them up all the way to 8. This glitch can get glitchy in a bad way. If you don't do it exactly like I showed you, then you're not going to be able to add more weapons to your loadout and it will be stuck and it won't work. And again, this is only if you're wanting 2 mega wonder weapons. If you want just regular weapons, you don't have to worry about this process. But yes, 2 mega wonder weapons, you have to do the process exactly like I showed you. Right here, I've gone back to the USB machine and I'm just stacking more regular weapons on top of the 2 wonder weapons. Again, you could add more wonder weapons here, but it will be just its basic level of damage and no double damage. You can triple pap it, but it will not allow you to put any legendary tools on. Now we'll talk about the things that you don't want to do and things that don't work. So any weapon you pick up when you do this glitch where you have no hands and you're able to stack weapons, any of those weapons that you pick up, you cannot drop. If you put them on the ground, they just insta disappear. You are, however, able to add ammo mods to any of the weapons. That does work, but like I discussed earlier, you cannot add any rarity tools to these weapons that you pick up in this way. So you might want to make sure that they're high rarity before you get them, or you have to make sure that they're in slot 1 or 2. You got to take a teleporter and then you can add the rarity tool. I did try one of those rift portals that spawn around the map to see if that would allow me to put on a legendary tool or whatever tool, and it does not work. You have to take a teleporter. Right here, I've landed from the rift portal. I've tried to put a legendary tool on and it did not take it. It used it and consumed it, but it is not putting it on the weapon. So yeah, you have to use the teleporters. And we did a lot of testing to see, well, maybe it's really there, but just not showing up. No, it's definitely not there. There was no additional damage being dealt by any weapon. Another thing you cannot do is go into the dark ether with these weapons. I believe they will remove all of them from you. And when you exfil and go back into your main menu and see your gear is going to reflect what you brought in, and it's going to act like those weapons that you stacked never happened. Like, I didn't even exfil with a tonfa, but I did bring one in. This glitch is so good to help you get geared up to deal with the red worm boss fight. Like, the quad pap wonder waff is amazing to bring in, and then if you can have the scorcher to help you get around. I love the tonfa personally, and then I always want to have the VR11. So now you can have them all. But hopefully this will help you guys out. You can have some fun with this. You know they're going to be patching this, and we'll see you guys next video.